Dr. Virendra Kumar Yadav, Director of the BBIF Cancer Care. I am the health advocate and the social health activities from the 2 decades, and I have been working in cancer awareness, early detection, and community health initiative as a volunteer. And primarily, I am a researcher in the cancer. So I warmly welcome you all to today's the World No Tobacco Day webinar. But before that, before I think that more people will go. Yeah. So this is our part of the No Tobacco initiative, and in which we plan that BBIF Cancer Care Tobacco Free India initiative launched on the 1st April 2026 to promote tobacco-free living, cancer prevention, and healthy lifestyle. So awareness activities at the places in schools as well. Also on the social, also on the we invited the reels. So as a part of this initiative, we conducted awareness activities, a tobacco-free place campaign, and a short reel competition on the theme "Tobacco Kills, Quit Today for Better Tomorrow." And I am delighted to share that near about 121 individuals took the tobacco-free place and committing themselves to a healthier and tobacco-free future. And we also received several creative and inspiring reels entries from the participants across the country. And the winners of the reel competition will be announced at the end of today's webinar. And now it is my privilege to introduce our distinguished speakers. And we have here Dr. Amod Lasmikant Borle. He is a professor of community medicine at Maulana Azad Medical College. And he is a public health specialist with the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. He has done many work on the tobacco and other community work based on the cancer. We have here Dr. Jitendra Kumar Meena. He is an associate professor at the National Cancer Institute NCI AIMS, New Delhi at Jhanjhar campus. And he is an expert in the cancer prevention, public health, and preventive oncology. Joining us as well is Dr. Harsha Agrawal. She is an oncopsychologist and head the Department of Psycho-Oncology at the Rajiv Gandhi Cancer Institute and Research Center, New Delhi, and who will share insight on the psychologist aspects of the tobacco addiction and quitting support. And on the behalf of BBIF Cancer Care, I extend a warm welcome to all of our speakers and participants. So today we are privileged to have an esteemed panel experts. So after the talk, we will have some of the panels, and we will give the question and answer of audience. So let's begin with our first speaker, Dr. Amod. Dr. Amod, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Virendra. And I'm first of all thanking you and BPI for giving this opportunity to be on this platform, particularly for No Tobacco Day. Actually, the program is happening on the day itself, since it's a Sunday. Many of the activities are before or after. Definitely, regarding the tobacco, we all know that the tobacco we are suffering basically the second largest producer and the consumers. And we have both burden of the smokeless and the smoked, both form of the tobacco. Probably in the Western world, they are more concerned with the smoke thing, but in India, or particularly this CN region, smokeless is also one of the major culprit we can say. So this World No Tobacco Day theme, they have said it's unmasking the appeal for countering the nicotine and the tobacco addiction. So it itself, the theme speaks about the problem and what the WHO is planning to target. Since long, we are targeting on the awareness activities regarding the tobacco and mainly from the tobacco harms and what are the long-term effects and how it is related with communicable and non-communicable diseases. So somehow in this, since 2 years, the WHO has planned for targeting uh, for a shift of this actually the activities or the awareness campaign, not just in the form of the physiological harms it is causing, the tobacco is causing, but the tactics this tobacco industry is using and they are dissecting this particularly using the different words or the jargons like free tobacco or clean something or flavored one or herbal or whether it's a design of the devices. So we know that the tobacco industry is targeting it's always targeting since start, particularly the young age, the youth and the adolescents, since it's a continuity of the revenue. As we know, the premature mortality is due to the tobacco, and they want to have the continuity of this revenue. So their target audience or the target for these advertisements tactics is usually the youth and the adolescents in the country. So in this World No Tobacco Day theme, the WHO asked to spread the awareness and to make aware about these tactics. Whether nowadays, if you see this appeal, there is a nicotine first and then tobacco addiction. Itself is suggesting that they are targeting the nicotine as the companies. They have them to deceive tactics of synthetic nicotine or analogs or chemical coated nicotine, which is has the potential to have the blood cross across the blood-brain barrier and has the more addiction potential. So we know that in terms of burden, if we talk, there are two majorly surveys, mainly the Global Adult Tobacco Survey and the Global Youth Tobacco Survey. But GYTS last is in 2019 and GATS was in 2016 somehow. And latestly we have the NFHS 6 data that they just before yesterday. The fact sheet was given by NFHS 6 by Honorable Health Minister. And the data itself speaks that the prevalence or the proportion of use of this tobacco in any form in 15 plus population is almost 36%, with a marginal decline from NFHS 5. And in women it's less, 8.6, which was also from the marginal decline from 9%. So itself it suggests that there is a decline, definitely, but we can see that decline is not that much or the what we are is expecting. And secondly, if we talk about the forms of tobacco, the smoke and the smokeless, we can see that in female the smokeless form is the prevalent form, and maybe it is because of the social acceptance maybe there. But in terms of nicotine dependence, if we talk, the smokeless tobacco has shown the higher nicotine dependence as compared to the smoked tobacco. So there are the disparities also in NFHS 6. Actually, is also clear that there is a large variety of the disparities across the India, with some states like Mizoram and Northeast almost 50 to 60% prevalence to almost Goa and Kerala with 10 to 11%. And even if we talk about those students of 13 to 15 years, according to GYTS, almost 8 to 9% are involved in the smoking. And the latest trend of the immediate device or ENDS, electronic device or e-cigarette, almost 2.8% have used the electronic devices. This is about in terms in short about the burden. So as this is one of the major challenge to fight, the government have made policies, and particularly we have the CORPA in place. Definitely there is a critical appraisal, or you can say the debate over the how the implementation of the CORPA and how activities regarding all the different sections of the CORPA, particularly if we say that section 5, which about the tobacco advertisement and promotion, the implementation aspect we are lagging in some parts. So definitely India is leading in certain aspects like we have this prevention of the e-cigarettes acts. PECA Act is there from 2019, which has banned all the use of and production and advertisement of these electronic devices. Then we have also made the regulations as we are targeting the traditional advertisement ban is there, but presently the challenge one this, as I said, discipline techniques are there, and as we are evolving towards the IT era and AI era, more and more digital marketing space is used for advertisement and making the appeal to the youth. So it is one of the challenge to uh, handle this digital marketing space. So in terms of views, if we say almost 3.2 billion views are gone unnoticed because of this traditional advertisement ban. Though India has this OTT amendment rules and there is a mandate on the uh, those broadcasters that there should be a health spot at the start and then middle, as well as audio visual disclaimers should be there. Still, there is very much other digital marketing space. Maybe it's a gaming here, it's the email space, or it's a social media reels. There is a space which is still needs to be regulated. Also, regulation is needed at the this. If you see the initiation age of initiation, it is almost 17 to 18 years. And as low as we can see, 7 to 8 years, this is the start of the use of the tobacco. So accessibility to enforce the implementation at the retailers level and to plan it at that level is important if we talk about the media and tobacco control. So in terms, some measures are taken at the part of this particularly adolescent or youth activities, like we have the tobacco free initiatives in the schools. The guidelines are issued in 2024. There is a mandate of in Delhi 100 meter and overall for India it's 100 yard that no tobacco vendor should be there, and there are guidelines to mark the yellow line or red line of 100 meters so that no vendor can be there. Similarly, sponsorship bans of the tobacco is there, and along with the sponsorship ban, also to look after is the surrogacy advertisement has to be looked after. As I said that digital marketing space is one challenge and another challenge is surrogacy, and you can clearly see even in the nowadays you can see the lot of big sport events are happening and there are certain surrogate advertisement can be going on because of this pan masalas or other products which are using the same logo, same brands, and somehow this is the tactics to take from non-tobacco to tobacco products. So these are some of the things which the WHO is focusing and is appealing that it should be brought to the notice of the people and they should be aware that such tactics are going on and we should make aware. So this particularly World No Tobacco Day. So this is a short tip from my side, Dr. Birendaji. Over to you. You are not audible to me. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Amod. And it is a very informative information, and in the little time you have covered a lot. And we will further discuss during the panel discussion. And before we start, I think that I will go a little bit about the symptoms of the because there are many of our audience are also the kids and here. So I think that I will cover the symptoms of the oral cancer and how that. So let's. I will share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. So I will go quick introduction about the early detection and save lives. Means what is the in which I will cover the oral cancer is as you know that oral cancer is one of the most common cancer in India and you already covered that one. And many cases are detected in the advanced stages and early diagnosis greatly improves treatment success and survival. And I think that awareness and timely action can save lives, and it is more important for us. Means doctor can save life, but before that one, if you are aware, that is more than doctor. So if something happen in our means, it is my thought that if something happen in our mobile screen and we are taking the quick action on that one, but if something happen on the our body, we are saying कि ये तो हो जाएगा. So we should not think about that one. And what is the oral cancer? So oral cancer can affect any part of the mouth or throat, including the lips, tongue, gums, inner cheeks, roof and floor of the mouth, and the throat region. So it may begin as a non-healing ulcers, and white and red patches are a small lump, and if you will not recover in a limited time, so we should consult to the doctor. So it is the early sign of that one. So PPT is moving or not? Yeah, it is moving. Yeah.
It's moving. It's not in slideshow mode.
So I should go in the presentation mode. Yeah. Now it's bigger.
No, still in the same mode. Yeah, you can continue with this. It's clearly visible and legible.
Okay.
Edit.
Okay. So and as I told you, the common symptoms I already of the oral cancer is mouth ulcer that does not heal, red and white patches in the mouth, lump and thickness inside the mouth, weak, pain and burning sensation, difficulty chewing and swallowing, persistent sore throat, loose teeth without obvious reason, and difficulty in speaking, bleeding from the mouth region. So these are the early symptoms are often painless, which cause delay in the diagnosis. So and these are mostly, as you told that there are many non-smokers also getting affected. But if someone is smoking, someone is getting gutka and pan masala, using excessive alcohol or poor oral health, so it is a more addition in that one, that person would get more chance to have the cancer. So that is importance of the self-examination. That self-examination can help to detect the early changes, and we should look for the non-healing ulcers if there is an ulcer and that is non-healing, red and white patches, and if anything swallowing or lumps inside the mouth, restricted mouth opening, and unusual bleeding. So if you go to the regular checkup and self-examination, so we can see if any changes in our mouth due to the oral cancer. When to consult a doctor? So as I told that if your ulcer is not automatically healing and it is more than 2 weeks, so you should consult to the doctor. If there is a difficulty in swallowing, is a pain in the mouth, and changes in the voice, and difficulty in opening the mouth. So early consultation will help to the faster diagnosis, better treatment outcome, and reduce complication. It will also help you to save the life. As in our country, there are many people are coming in the advanced stages because they are ignoring these things. ये तो ठीक हो जाएगा. So prevention and awareness. So to prevent this one, avoid the tobacco in all forms. किसी भी forms में tobacco को नहीं लेना चाहिए. Stop smoking and limit the alcohol. Even I will say that there should be the no alcohol. Maintain oral hygiene. Eat healthy and balanced diet. Undergo a regular dental checkup, and spread awareness in family and community. So even one person can make aware to the one member of the family. I think that and that person will quit the tobacco. So it will save the whole life, because from the one person they are connected, the whole family member are connected. So there's early detection save lives. So there is 3 points which we should know: that never ignore persistent mouth changes, early consultation can prevent advanced disease, and awareness and screening are powerful tools against the oral cancer. So thank you. This is about the symptoms about the oral cancer, and now I will invite Dr. Meena to speak more about the oral cancer.
Thank you, Dr. Direndra. And I must congratulate you and Biobank India Cancer Foundation for organizing this webinar today. A really important day, I think, like especially for us who are working in oncology or cancer space. We see almost 50 to 60% of the cancers in India are related to tobacco use. So definitely, really need to be very sincere on this day and take a pledge, like you were you were informing us that these many people have taken the pledge. I think that's really a good thing. And I can see in the audience, especially young people, like very, children and their school going kids. And because like when we were like in the school, we didn't have that much sort of exposure, which is currently right now. The exposure to television, exposure to social media, exposure to mobile phones. So want to really re-emphasize on the theme for today, like for World No Tobacco Day, because it actually focuses for the young people. So the theme is like we all know that unmasking the appeal, the kind of tactics that are adopted by the industry to actually target young children, so as to influence them in taking smoking, be it in the smoked form or the smokeless form, and a lot of advertisement, media campaign, and so that kind of influence, when it is there, it creates a lot of mental pressure or peer pressure on the school going children to take up these products, and once they experiment on these products, they get addicted to it. So this is how this whole thing is rolling out. Must really thank Dr. Amod sir. He really actually introduced us to the whole concept of tobacco related. What are the legislations and what are the issues? What are the demand and supply issues? There's increase in demand, and what could be the possible ways of curtailing those things. So definitely that's an important thing. So I just want to tell and thanks to you also, like you really covered the symptoms part for oral cancer, because oral cancer is the number one cancer among males in India, and it actually affects a lot of women also, not just the men but women also, oral cancer. And it is a cancer which can be very easily detected. Like it doesn't need very sophisticated tools or equipment for screening it or for detecting it early. Just good awareness among people can help us detect these cases early. So as you re-emphasized, I would want to re-emphasize that if for all the people in the audience, you should pay attention. Like in case any of your family member who's having ulcer which is not healing, for a long time they're complaining that there's ulcer which is not healing. Is there any change in the oral cavity, be it a white patch or a red patch in the oral cavity? If they're facing any difficulty in opening mouth or eating food, or swallowing food, so definitely should not ignore that part, and definitely go and see a good doctor, because these could be the early symptoms of cancer or pre-cancer, which is oral pre-malignant conditions. And if we detect oral pre-malignant conditions also, we can definitely take interventions which can really help a person, and halt the progression to the cancers. 2-3 things are very important actually. We have a very general acceptance of tobacco use in our society and community. Our grandparents were smoking hookah, maybe one of our parent or our uncles would be smoking. Somebody's eating, jarda. Somebody's eating gutka in our families. So, so as a student, as a young student, because most of the audience member are young student, I want to, because these are the people who would be, making the change in the community, and we have a lot of trust in you that you would take this message forward, and you will only not just only save yourself from these problems like these health problems or these bad behaviors, but also help your parents, help your loved ones, your dear loved ones, family members to actually quit tobacco, help them quit tobacco. Because not just cancer, but they can suffer from all kind of ailments. Like if somebody is smoking, they can have a lot of respiratory diseases, tuberculosis, etc., which are very common in our community. If somebody is having smokeless tobacco, eating supari, gutka, and these kind of kheni and all these kind of products, then they can develop lot of oral infection, dental issues, and oral submucosal fibrosis, which can really impact their nutrition. So not just cancer, but for other conditions also, I think it's really important to actually quit tobacco. We should all take pledge on this, and it's a very momentous occasion and a very special day for all of us to really stand up against this evil. This is a pure evil, and we should actually what we first thing we need to do is denormalize tobacco use, because it's very normal, in our community. So we need to denormalize. How would we denormalize? We should understand that there is a spillover effects of tobacco use, like be it the passive smoking. So if somebody is smoking tobacco, if somebody is smoking around you, it can impact you. You can have inhalation of their exhaled smoke, and then coming out from their cigarettes, and it can also create disease in you. It can also cause cancer in you. So it's not just that you have to smoke, then only you'll get cancer. If you're sitting with somebody, or if you are exposed to smoke from other person, you can definitely get. So it is your also, responsibility also to to make people quit, because there are some people who we cannot get rid of. Yeah, you can get rid of stranger. You can stand at a distance at a bus stop if somebody is smoking, but if somebody is smoking in a family member of a relative or a classmate, whom you sit together with, so definitely you should make it a point to help them quit tobacco. Quitting is difficult process. I'm sure Dr. Harsha would cover that part, because we also run tobacco cessation clinic, not just for the patients at our cancer institute, but their family members also, who are on an opportunity basis, and we get a lot of direct consultations also coming from community for tobacco cessation. So it's not easy. It's not really easy, but it's not something which is not doable. Like if we actually denormalize this tobacco use behavior, we will be having a very good quit rate. And we need to know that behavior changes and nicotine replacement. So they are very easily available, and with proper guidance and treatment, people can easily quit. It's not something which cannot be done. And also, it's not just it is affecting other people. The tobacco use behavior. It is also affecting environment. You see, people spitting, at places. Those who are eating gutka and all that, spitting around, creating environmental hazard. One of my friend is veterinarian, and they report cases of cancers in dogs and stray animals, because they eat those packets, the leftover packets and all that, and even their case reported that animals have got cancer, because they were they were eating, and they were in a surrounding where a lot of people were throwing these packets away or spitting and all that. So I think definitely. So it's a good time, the catters come, definitely we need to care for them. They are also, I think, raising their voice that you need to protect yourself, but us also. So I think because it creates a lot of environmental garbage also. So I think there are multitude of issues involved in tobacco use, and I plead to all the young students who are joining in today, that you definitely, in case somebody in your family or your parents, if they are smoking or if they are chewing tobacco, or your grandparents or your like your relatives, you should definitely talk to them. And I'm sure that you whenever if you will talk to them and if they love you, they'll definitely quit that. So definitely that should be the first step. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Meena. And now I will invite Dr. Harsha to cover the psychological part. Very important if someone addicted with the tobacco and it is very difficult to quit that one. So now over to you, Dr. Harsha.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'm just trying to start with the screen sharing, if it is possible.
If not, then maybe I will.
If you have my
I
slides,
will
sir,
see.
exactly.
Yeah, I have your slide. I will do from my end.
Right. Thank you, sir. That would be a great help.
Yeah. So let me see.
So, सबसे पहले I would like to welcome everybody here, and I would like to thank Dr. Virendra for having me here on this very important topic uh, of awareness on this very important day, World No Tobacco Day. मुझसे पहले ऑलरेडी डॉक्टर अमोद ने, डॉक्टर वीरेंद्र ने, डॉक्टर जितेंद्र ने ऑलरेडी बहुत सारी चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट जो हैं वो हमारे साथ डिस्कस कर ली हैं. So first we have to discuss about now the psychological part, which is very important because we know about the clinical thing, we know about that it leads to cancer, we know about symptoms also. But one thing which is very much doable but is not considered doable is quitting tobacco, because it is like a loop, in just like the infinity thing which I have kept it here. So it is like a loop which goes on and on and on. So today I'll discuss about how we can actually break this cycle. So it is not about basically that it is all about willpower or something, nothing. So first let's discuss about what is the myth regarding this and what are the realities. So सबसे पहला myth is that it is very simple. Tobacco addiction सिर्फ एक बुरी आदत है. It is just a bad behavior or a bad habit. But no, it is not a bad behavior or a bad habit. Rather, it is actually a neurological hijack where nicotine actively, basically, rewires my both brain and behavior. Next is success really. Next is सिर्फ strong willpower से ही कोई छोड़ सकता है, नहीं. It is not about willpower. Yes, willpower is important, but scientific tools which are used with and willpower which are used in addition with this willpower are also very important to alter this brain chemistry. Next is relapse. We get a relapse. Then it is an ultimate failure, and I can't. The person feels that I can't do it. But yes, relapse is basically in this journey of quitting. Relapse is just one step, and with every relapse, there is an opportunity to learn something new, learn where I have to work more in this journey to recover in the best possible manner. Next, so can I have the next slide?
Yeah.
Next is I will let you understand what is the basic brain biochemistry, which is actually leading to it. So this is basically the brain thing which gets hijacked because of the nicotine usage. What happens is when I am doing certain activities, when I am involved in some good behavior, good health practices, my brain releases one chemical which is known as dopamine. Because of this chemical release, as a human, I feel good because जैसे हम अचीवमेंट करते हैं, एक्सरसाइजेस करते हैं, हमारे सोशल कनेक्शंस होते हैं, आई फील गुड विद दैट एंड दिस डोपामिन इज रिलीज. बट वंस दिस I get addicted to nicotine. Now nicotine actually hijacks this reward system of my body, of my brain. What happens is when I am taking nicotine with every cigarette or tobacco use, there is a dopamine release in our brain. Brain learns that even with the usage of nicotine or tobacco products, I can have this pleasure which I am taking, or which I am getting after a lot of efforts, which I am putting in. So why to put in a lot of effort? Let's do it with a simple smoke or usage of tobacco. एंड स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली व्हाट हैपेंस इज धीरे धीरे ये रिवॉर्ड सिस्टम की इंपॉर्टेंस कम होने लगती है एंड हम उसे रिप्लेस कर देते हैं विद जस्ट दिस अ स्मोकिंग अ सिगरेट और यूजिंग द टोबैको प्रोडक्ट्स. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड सर. इसके बाद होता क्या है, बेसिकली बहुत सारे टोबैको यूजर्स एक कॉमन सी बात कहते हैं, सिगरेट मुझे बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस रिलीफ देती है, सिगरेट से मेरे को स्ट्रेस से छुटकारा मिलता है, डू नॉट फील स्ट्रेस, आई फील बेटर, आई फील रिलैक्स, आई एम एबल टू डू थिंग्स. लेकिन साइंस कुछ और कहती है. सो व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट science of quitting tobacco, we must understand that this is not actually a stress reliever. Actually, it is in long term stress creator. निकोटीन विड्रॉल खुद हमें एंजाइटी और टेंशन देता है. तो अगर किसी चीज के विड्रॉल से ही मुझे स्ट्रेस, एंजाइटी और टेंशन हो रहा है, then certainly it is not relieving my stress and anxiety at the very first end. It is just creating its own space, on value in your brain, in your life, so that it can furthermore make you dependent on itself. इसलिए टोबैको स्ट्रेस हमें नहीं रिलीव करता है, बट स्ट्रेस हमें देता जरूर है. अब इसको समझने के लिए हमें ज्यादा जरूरी समझना है ट्रिगर क्या है, हमें क्या चीजें ट्रिगर करती टू स्मोक और टू यूज टोबैको. अब every smoker or every tobacco user have their own personal triggers. These can be generalized also, and these can be individual specific also. It is not that I am smoking because I am not getting fresh, so the other person who is getting constipation, who is not getting fresh daily in the morning will smoke also. No, it could be because other person is having some occupational hazard, thus they are smoking. One person is feeling lonely, that is why they are smoking. One person needs a break in their office or at their work, thus they are smoking. So there are any number of reasons which are there. Few people smoke because or use tobacco because of let's say peer pressure, social gatherings. They start smoking because of few reasons which are very much validated in our society nowadays, because we have seen our seniors, we have seen our family members smoking or using the product, so we generalize it. Our media is generalizing it. So now I also as an individual take this as a stand. Okay, I can also do it because it is very normal and I will show it off. It will make a rapport of me. It will make a personality for me, or I will be at a higher end, though it is not like that. Next slide, sir. Now, everyone can see this graph. Now, this graph is basically very important in order to understand withdrawal. Whenever I will strive to cut out some habit or some daily thing which I am doing, there will be some negative effects. Now, we are talking about tobacco withdrawal, we are talking about nicotine withdrawal. Let's generalize this even with a cup of a tea. If you have a habit of having a cup of a tea at a particular time, you will have the similar things, similar graph when you are trying to curb your cup of tea as well, when you are trying to curb the caffeine intake as well. But when we are trying to withdraw from tobacco, I actually drops at the very start and the peak points. So what happens in the peak points is there will be some irritation, there will be some anxiety, restlessness, there will be some strong cravings which a person will have. But if you can actually curb these, then you actually will see that there is a very smooth curve which is coming down. Slowly and gradually these symptoms will automatically come down, for which we actually have a few therapies which are given psychological therapy, psychological counseling. Then we also have psychiatrists who help us with nicotine resistant therapies as well. There are few medications also, and if medications and if counseling, proper therapy goes hand in hand, then actually we can come out of this loop in a very healthy and a happy manner, and we are actually stepping back ourselves from getting into a disease which is and it is not only cancer, I would say. There are n number of diseases which may happen because of smoking and eating tobacco. Next we will talk about relapse. This is one fear in every individual while on the my path or journey to quit tobacco. Even if I will have one cigarette, if I have smoked one cigarette, I have failed. How people are going to see me? What people are going to judge me about? What am I being an individual doing for my own self? Possibly what happens is in the recovery. So when I see everybody is seeing the slide, so when you see the ladder on the slide, does it only go upstairs or it comes downstairs too? It gives the both. We can go up the ladder and we can go down the ladder too. In the similar manner, when I am quitting, I at times can move very smoothly up the ladder in the process of quitting, but at times I can have a relapse. But due to the main reason why I have again started smoking or using tobacco, that becomes a major point where I have to focus on. Every attempt you are making to go up the ladder is actually your learning and is actually very important for you to understand that yes, it is doable. It is difficult, undoubtedly, but yes, it is still doable. Why? Because you are trying to curb one habit of yours. So, हर रिलैप्स में जो ट्रिगर होता है ना, वी हैव टू वर्क ऑन दैट ट्रिगर मेजरली. If I am working on that trigger every time, then yes, I am making an intentional efforts with my dedication, sincerity, and willpower at the top to get out of the problem. नेक्स्ट, अब इसमें रोल बहुत सारे लोगों का होता है. सबसे पहला रोल जो आता है नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. तो जो रोल होता है सबसे पहला वो होता है हमारी फैमिली का. अब फैमिली के कुछ रोल होते हैं जो उन्हें करने हैं, कुछ होते हैं जो नहीं करने हैं. जो करना है उसमें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट होता है एनकरेज करना, अप्रिशिएट करना, और जो ट्रिगर्स हैं हमारे उनको कलेक्टिवली देखना हमारे साथ. कई बार हम उसे नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं एज एन इंडिविजुअल. इफ आई एम एन एडिक्ट, इफ आई हैव अ हैबिट ऑफ स्मोकिंग और ईटिंग टोबैको, आई मे नॉट बी एबल टू फाइंड द ट्रिगर, बट माय फैमिली कैन फाइंड इट आउट. जो नहीं करना है ऐसी सिचुएशन में, व्हेन अ पर्सन इज पुटिंग इंटेंशनल एफर्ट्स टू क्विट, टू विड्रॉ, नहीं करना है, और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, वो होता है कांस्टेंट क्रिटिसिज्म करना. सामने वाले को बार बार बोल रहे हैं नहीं नहीं तुमसे नहीं होगा, तुम नहीं कर पाओगे, इतने सालों से हम देख रहे हैं, कितनी बार तुम कोशिश कर चुके हो, नहीं हो पाएगा, छोड़ दो, क्यों इतनी मेहनत कर रहे हो, ये नहीं करना. नेक्स्ट, शेमिंग. डू नॉट शेम अ पर्सन, instead motivate them. Yes, even if you have relapsed or even if you have tried n number of times earlier, you are trying it again, you can still do it. उनको कंपेयर मत कीजिए किसी से. कंपैरिजन नेवर हेल्प. अगर कंपेयर करना भी है तो जो उनसे बुरे हैं उनके साथ करेंगे, तब मे बी यू आर एबल टू हेल्प योर फैमिली मेंबर रादर देन when you are comparing them with a person who is better than them. नेक्स्ट कम्स इमोशनल प्रेशर. उन पे इमोशनल प्रेशर किसी भी चीज का मत डालिए. दे आर ऑलरेडी इनटू अ प्रेशर ऑफ देयर ओन सेल्फ. देयर आर सो मेनी इमोशंस, देयर आर सो मेनी हार्मोन्स विद व्हिच दे आर ऑलरेडी फाइटिंग विद. सो वी नीड नॉट टू पुट देम अंडर अ लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड सर. सो नेक्स्ट कम्स इज साइंटिफिक टूल्स. अब इसमें जैसे मैंने अभी पीछे बोला कि देयर आर सम साइंटिफिक टूल्स व्हिच आर एक्चुअली हेल्पफुल, एंड दीस साइंटिफिक टूल्स आर very much there and it is applicable and they are very much researched also. So इसमें हमारे कुछ जो scientific tools होता है, and it is a very good news that yes, with pharmacological treatment and non-pharmacological treatment, people can actually get rid of this habit of theirs. जिसमें सबसे पहला हमारा आ जाता है काउंसलिंग एंड मोटिवेशनल इंटरव्यू. इसके थ्रू हम क्या करते हैं, हम सामने वाले की इंसान की जहां पर भी डिस्टॉर्शन है उसको समझते हैं और उसको उसका लेवल चेक करते हैं एट व्हाट लेवल दे आर. Once we check the level, then we actually map them and we try to make an individualized plan for them with the help of motivational interviews. We also let them go better and do better in their own therapy. Next comes is CBT. CBT is very known. Cognitive behavioral therapy is very known for changing our altered behaviors. और इसके बाद आता है हमारा निकोटिन रिप्लेसमेंट थेरेपी विच इज टू बी डन बाय अ साइकाइट्रिस्ट. So when we see that still even in the cognitive behavior therapy when the patient is still they're having a lot of relapses, तो हम उसमें साइमल्टेनियसली या फिर अगर किसी पेशेंट का एडिक्शन लेवल और यूसेज बहुत हाई होता है किसी क्लाइंट का, देन वी साइमल्टेनियसली फ्रॉम द स्टेप 1 we introduce psychiatrists also which actually uses medicines, chewing gum, patches. There are a lot of things applicable as per the current usage of the patient is. So we replace the nicotine medically. We do that and simultaneously we do the therapies. And next comes the stress management technique. Now this is very important. तो स्ट्रेस इज समथिंग जिसे हम सबसे ज्यादा ना इग्नोर करते हैं, अनएक्नॉलेज करते हैं या जिसको हम उतनी इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं देते. एक्चुअली यही वो होता है स्टेप जहां से हमने स्टार्ट करा होता है, चाहे वो पीयर प्रेशर के लिए करा होता है, चाहे वो एक्नॉलेजमेंट के लिए करा होता है, चाहे वो हमने एन नंबर ऑफ रीजन से करा होता है. फर्स्ट स्टेप इज एक्चुअली स्ट्रेस फ्रॉम वेयर वी हैव अनएक्नॉलेज आवर ओन सेल्फ, दस वी हैव स्टार्टेड दिस. सो नेक्स्ट स्लाइड सर. इसके आगे हमें करना क्या है बेसिकली हमें So next slide. आप ये एरो देख रहे हैं, इस एरो में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है जो हमारी रिकवरी की साइड पर अगर हम बढ़ रहे हैं. सो बेसिकली इट इज अ पाथ ऑफ रिकवरी. इसमें आप देखेंगे मैंने डिफरेंट कलर्स के एरो डाले हैं. डिफरेंट कलर्स इज एक्चुअली स्पेसिफाइंग डिफरेंट लेयर्स विच आर इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर एन इंडिविजुअल इन द पाथ ऑफ रिकवरी. इसमें फैमिली सपोर्ट इंक्लूड होता है, इसमें हेल्थ केयर का सपोर्ट इंक्लूड होता है, इसमें हमारा पर्सनल कमिटमेंट, डेडिकेशन, डिसिप्लिन इंक्लूड होता है. इसमें हमारे जब हम डेडिकेटेडली आगे बढ़ रहे हैं तो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ कोपिंग मैकेनिज्म आई एम यूजिंग वो इंपॉर्टेंट है. व्हाट हाउ आई एम मैनेजिंग माई सेल्फ इज इंपॉर्टेंट. जब हम इन सारे फैक्टर्स को एक्यूमुलेट करके एक जगह पर रखकर देन वी मूव फॉरवर्ड, देन आई एम एक्चुअली मूविंग टूवर्ड्स द पाथ विच इज लीडिंग टू द विड्रॉल. एंड नेक्स्ट. तो आज जैसे अभी हम रेजोल्यूशन की बात कर रहे थे, अभी तक मुझसे पहले सारे स्पीकर्स ने भी बोला, वीरेंद्र सर ने भी बोला, अमोद सर ने बोला, जितेंद्र सर ने बोला, एवरीबडी टॉक्ड अबाउट दिस रेजोल्यूशन. तो जब हम रेजोल्यूशन की बात करते हैं, एट लीस्ट ऑन दिस वर्ल्ड नो टोबैको डे, आज हम एक सिंपल सा रेजोल्यूशन ले सकते हैं. अगर आप टोबैको यूज नहीं करते हैं तो जो टोबैको यूज करता है उसे यूज करने से डिमोटिवेट करिए. अगर आप यूज करते हैं टोबैको तो आप पहला कदम उठाइए टू क्विट इट. एंड याद रखिए हर क्रेविंग जो हमारी होती है वो उसको रेजिस्ट करना अपने आप में एक विक्ट्री है. हर क्रेविंग को हम रेजिस्ट कर पाए जरूरी नहीं है, पर रेजिस्ट करने की कोशिश करना भी एक विक्ट्री है. हर टोबैको फ्री दिन हमारा जो रहेगा वो हमारी एक अचीवमेंट है और हर क्विट अटेम्प्ट सक्सेस की ओर ले जाने वाला एक कदम है जो हमें उठाना है. थैंक यू सो मच. So over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Arza. It was very informative. And now up to the before we will go for the question and answers, and this one I think that there are many people are waiting who have already submitted the reels, because we had also the reel competition. So in reel competition we have received the reel from the different regions. And I would like to sincerely thank all the participants who took the time to create and submit their reels. And we received several entries from the different part of the country, and it was encouraging to see that many young people and even school children have submitted their reels. So much enthusiasm towards the spreading awareness about the tobacco prevention and cancer awareness. And after careful review of the all submission based on the strength of message, creativity and relevance to the themes and overall impact, the jury decided to present the consolidated appreciation award to the entry that best reflected the spirit of the campaign. And here I will try to run the video if it is possible. That loads.
Sir, unmute the video.
So, this video was selected as a consolidated appreciation award for the title of the reel was the Stop Smoking. Before it, you am pleased to he is the research associate and Pensive Health Private Limited, Mumbai. Congratulations, Mr. Kadam, and thank you for contributing to this important public health message. Let us all give him a virtual round of applause.
Dr. Virender, we could not hear the audio, so it would be great like if you could share them so that we can circulate them widely, all these videos. I think these are very good reads.
Okay, so it was not audible, yeah?
Yes, we could not hear the voice, but we saw the video. So,
Okay.
but it's okay. Maybe you can share them later on so that we can circulate it widely.
Okay, thank you. So before that one, it was due to the time. So we are already going to the 5 o'clock. So if I will ask our speakers, I will start with Dr. Amod. That if you will give the 30 minutes to say about how we can quit the tobacco, and this is very little time, and initially we decided to go for the panel discussion, but we don't have more time. So I think that it is we want to listen the one last word from each speakers individually about the on the tobacco day.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Virender. In 30 seconds, if I want to say, I would say no to tobacco in any form, and not be prey to any deception which tobacco industry side. So stay away from smoke form in any way and smokeless form both. To say no to tobacco.
Dr. Meena.
So I would say कि बहुत सारे एड्स आते हैं, बहुत सारी टीवी फिल्में चलती हैं, एक्टर्स स्मोकिंग कर रहे हैं और ये है, आपको इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकता है यंग माइंड्स को. दिस कैन रियली इन्फ्लुएंस, बट be aware, like these are the people who are like misleading you, and like जैसे वो एक ऐड आता है जुबा केसरिया. It's not जुबा केसरिया, it's जुबा कैंसरिया. So we call it जुबा कैंसरिया. Okay, so ये दिमाग में डाल लेना, जब भी आप वो ऐड सुनो जुबा केसरिया, it is जुबा कैंसरिया it is going to be. Okay, so be aware, don't fall into the trap of this, and lead a good healthy life.
Dr. Harsha, I think that if someone get addicted and here your roles come to how to quit the tobacco, so what is your message about those who are not still addicted and who is already addicted and wants to quit the tobacco?
Dr. Harsha, please help me.
Sorry, my bad. For in such situation, my message to them would be, tobacco छोड़ना सिर्फ एक बुरी आदत को छोड़ना नहीं है, बल्कि अपनी सेहत, अपने परिवार और अपने भविष्य की तरफ आपका एक उठाया हुआ डेडिकेटेड कदम है. So do not only leave tobacco because it's a bad habit. It is a habit which you're leaving in order to gain a better health, earn a better family and a good future. You're not doing it only for yourself. You're doing it for everyone around you.
थैंक यू डॉक्टर हर्षा. और मैं तो यही कहूँगा कि तंबाकू मत चुनिए, अपने सपने चुनिए, गुटखा न चुनिए, लक्ष्य चबाइए, और सिगरेट नहीं सफलता जलाइए. और इसी के साथ आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक्स यू ऑल स्पीकर्स एंड ऑल ऑडियंस, and I hope that at least through this discussion and this initiatives from the last 3 months, I would like to be BBIF Cancer Care for doing this initiative, and I hope that it will be useful for us. At least we will touch at least 1 or 2 people, and you will able to spread this one to one. Thank you all, and thank you
so much. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Bye bye. Bye. Bye, Dr. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.